Hello there, and I'm live. Well, I think I'm live anyway. I think I'm alive. I'm alive. And I hope that the people are out there hoping to join me. This will be the second live stream. Yes, second live stream. Joining me here at I'm working away on the Sherman. It's the new Zvezda Sherman. I have it here beside me. That's why I'm kind of reaching over because I've been working away in it and playing around with bits and pieces, playing with plastic. We all like playing with plastic, don't we? As you can probably see, the camera's slightly better. Okay, camera's slightly better because when I did the first live stream, I was just going off the ordinary webcam that I have, whereas this time I'm going off. It's basically a webcam as well, but it's not the camera that was shows you. It was on the oh, it's not the camera that was on. There we go. I have to fiddle around with bloody here. It's not the camera that's on the computer. It's the Microsoft LifeCam. Okay, and I mean, I literally figured out. Hello, Mr. Commander Wolfman. How are you? You're the first person to join me this evening. Hope you're well. I'm still kind of playing around with this. Unfortunately, it's one of those things you can't really play around with settings and things until you're actually there. So it's a case of I'm just adjusting all the stuff, and eventually I'll have it all right. How's Ian and John? How are things? Commander Wolfman, I'm very well. How are you? I am fine. Well as can be expected, really, I suppose. Health-wise, I'm as good as I suppose I could be. I had one of those bronchoscopies there recently. Nasty thing where they shove the camera down your gob and they check into your lungs. So I was kind of afraid. I was panicking there that I got lung cancer and all those kind of things. But it turned out I was grand. Just had a small bit of emphysema. And yeah, because you see, I'm a smoker. I am a smoker. And you can probably tell from the colour of my teeth and all that kind of thing. Never looked after my teeth when I was younger. And unfortunately, it's one of those things that once it gets to the stage then where you start to look after them, I brush them the whole time now. But they've gone past it at this stage. I'm just waiting for them all to fall out so I can get the old dentures. Then I'd be frightened you living days or the grandkids and things by taking them out and doing all those funny walks. Hello, Abby. Hello, Abby. She's on the computer. She's next door in her bedroom. Simon, how are you? How's Si? I even gave you a mention on my last video, Simon, because I used your dio in a box thing again. I basically reused the dio for my latest project one. I'll just get it down on again in a second. Are you still producing that dio in a box, Simon? If you are, I'm sure you can sort of put up a little link there on the side through the chat to show people how to get that. Okay, and Simon is a good friend of mine. He's from Peterborough in England, and we chat away every now and then. Haven't chatted with him in a while. I think the last chat I had with him was about 2 weeks ago. We did a kind of a one-to-one on Skype, or was it Messenger, not Skype. Give me 2 seconds. I just want to reach over here and get the video. Pardon the video. Dial. Oopsie daisy. Which was the last the little Panzer Sparwagen P221 or P204. Okay. So and there's the cobblestones and all that from Simon's dio in a box. Okay. You get the cobblestones, enough cobblestones to make that dia. You get the wall sections and footpath and all that. Okay, so you get shall we say, you get the bricks and all that for those, and they're individual cobblestones. Believe it or not, individual cobblestones, um, and I you have great fun in putting them in. So Simon, nice work on that. And Simon has a lot more bits and pieces. If you're into your dioramas, get over there to Simon's thing and check out his stuff. Okay, and he does all the molds. Say you go off buying the molds and things like that. Simon bought the full section of molds. He bought 2 or 3 of each, and he sells them off very reasonable. And considering the amount of work that goes into them, the amount of research that Simon had to do to make sure that all the colours are right and all that kind of stuff. All I can do is just recommend them. Go off and get them. They're absolutely fabulous. Brandon Wolfman, there's a couple of questions I've always wanted to ask you, John. How many tank models do you own? Nice style, by the way. Is that completed or stash? Good question. If it's completed, I'd say about, well, in just looking around this room, okay, not mentioning a pile of stuff that I had done that I had already thrown away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 in my bedroom. Downstairs, then the sitting room, I've there's about 8 or 9, and in there recently, then I dumped a load because I didn't have the room for them. I gave away a good few. Give some of the local kids. They got some. And in the last house I was in, I left a pile of them there. And recently, when I was doing a tidy up because we were basically selling it, I dumped a load of it. Yeah, just got them into a bag. I'd say it was about another 30 of them there. But there were some of my really early ones. Made lots of silly mistakes. But yeah, I mean, I get my enjoyment out of building them and making them. So once they're made, what are you going to do with them at that stage? It's literally a case of I've finished with them. I've displayed them around my bedroom. I mean, I'm sick of looking at the bloody things, so I basically just chuck them, and I've no room for them. Like I said, I have given a few to kids, and anybody that basically wants them, I give to them. Simple as that. Because once I get my enjoyment out of the building out of them, the painting and things like that, and once they're made and done, it's a case of what do I do with them at that stage. So I just sound is shit, John. Sorry about that. I'm using this mic here, I think, and sometimes the sound isn't as bad. Hopefully, it will improve. Is it any better? Let me see here. No, there's nothing I can really do in settings. It's not giving me a chance to play around with the sound, so I'm kind of stuck with the sound that I have, unfortunately. So, is the sound still bad, or will I just, by raising my voice, does it help anyway? Okay. Cushman, hello from New York City. Well, hello from New York. Hello there in New York City. This is Limerick in Ireland. Is it as bad in New York City at the moment as what I'm kind of watching here on YouTube? Sort of has it quietened down a bit regarding the riots and things in America? Seems pretty bad. Unfortunately, I'm glad I don't live in America, to be quite honest with you. Um, I won't go all political, but it doesn't look like. I mean, politics is bad everywhere. Bad everywhere. Nobody's ever happy with the government that they have. But there's a way to protest it. Protest peacefully. Uh, show your thing at the ballot. But going out and burning people's businesses and murdering people, that's taking the law into your own hands. That's doing it the wrong way, and I won't say any more about that. Um, Cushman, it was it's not so bad. I suppose, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, media always like to make it worse than it really is, isn't it? Because they've got a narrative to kind of on, and it's literally a case of which station you watch. If you watch CNN and MSNBC, it's a case of the orange guy. Oh, he's an evil person. Then if you watch, say, Fox News, then you're getting, oh, he's great. So you try to kind of pick something around the middle. And for those of us that don't really care, because me, I live in Ireland. Whoever's president of America doesn't bother me. It's not going to change my life. But I don't care. And anyway, so much for saying I'm not getting into politics and spent the last couple of minutes talking about it. Anyway, I see tubs of paint behind you. You have started the experiment with oil paints yet? I have, yes, I did. I did it on the what was it? How did I do that? I started on the 88, I think, didn't I? I did some of the dot filtering and the streaking and all that kind of thing, and it came out good. It did. It did come out good. Like I said, these are this is my oil paint collection. Big selection of oil paints. Yeah, it cost me a fortune. There you go. There's my oil paints. I have 4 of them. These 2 I bought, I think, about 2 or 3 years ago, and these 2 that I bought recently. All the others just plain black and white, and then I've got red ochre and burnt sienna, and that's my oil paints. I do have a lot of these ones here, model color paints. They'd be my go-to hand painting when I use the hairy sticks. I also have quite a few of the Citadels. They're my hand paint ones as well. They're just a bunch of acrylics. I used to use them for washes and things like that, but not great. Don't know why I still kept them. Really just don't know why I still kept them. If you look up there, then you'll see I've got my Tamiyas. Okay, I've got Tamiya paints, and you can see the top row. Then I've got some vehicles, some tanks and things. More tanks than are they're over there. They're behind the camera. There's a couple I want to keep. I mean, I have my selection of tigers. I love the tiger. I love tiger tanks. I'm going to keep them. That 1/16 tiger is absolutely beautiful. Love it. I really do. And even though that's the cheapest of all the 1/16 scale kits, that was an enjoyable kit to make. The tracks and that were absolutely fabulous, and I like looking at it, so I'm going to hold on to that one. Up here, then I have my Shermans and Sherman variants and things like that, and down there, then I have my strange ones. So that's basically what I'm going to do. Like this Sherman now that I'm working on. Literally, I just started there lit this evening. The turret nearly finished. Strange one that you actually start with a turret on a tank, isn't it? Usually you don't start with turrets. You usually start with the lower hull and getting the wheels on and all that kind of stuff and building the tracks. But this one you're actually starting with the turret. So it seems a good kit so far. Some nice little parts in it. working now on the vision blocks. Okay, they're tiny. See if you can get a view of them. Boom, boom, boom. There's you have a clear piece, a base, backing piece, then the grill. So there's one, two, three, four or five pieces per each one. Four pieces, should I say? Sorry. To make up four of them. They're nice. They're nice. I'm taking my time building those. Whereas before I'd have just slapped them together. That's one thing I have noticed actually. The more like when I started doing these kits about 4 or 5 years ago, it was a case of churn them out, churn them out, churn them out as fast as I could. Wasn't really taking too much care and attention in the actual, clean, make sure everything was really, really clean, rushing things. And then when the whole thing is made, going, oh, I should have taken a bit more time in that, should have taken a bit more time in that. Whereas lately now, when I look at the kit that I've just finished, especially that little P204, I'm glad with everything I did. I did the best on every single little piece. Every handle was properly cleaned off. There was a seam line on it, even whether you're going to see it or not. Go to the bother cleaning them off, because there's nothing worse than doing a kit and looking back at it afterwards and saying, I should have done this, I should have done that. It's nice to look at it and say, well, I did my best on that. I'd like to improve, I'd like to get better, but at the time, that was the best that I could do. And it's nice to look at that, look at it and say, I should have done this, I should have done that. Let's go back up to the chat again. The volume is a bit low. I know, I do apologise. It's really, I'm not a loudspeaker. Okay, and the camera and the microphone on the camera isn't that loud. I will try it at some stage if I can, using a separate microphone. The only one I have is on a set of headphones. It might work. We'll give it a try. James, sell them on eBay, John. Yeah, at one stage, believe it or not, I opened a thing called an Etsy shop. Ian James has asked me I should sell the kits on eBay. I opened an Etsy shop. Right? Etsy, I'm sure some of you know what it is. It's basically a kind of something similar to eBay. And I did sell a kit. I sold a finished article, and I sold the what was it? It was the Bradley that I did, the Men Bradley, and I sold it to a chap in Texas, and I posted it off to Texas. But it was the whole packaging and all that kind of thing that really, really just drove me mental. They don't travel well, and even when I was packaging it and packing it all up, bits were starting to fall off it and everything else, and I was really, really worried about how they were going to be packaged, because the likes of mirrors and that kind of stuff. I mean, the main body of it are grand, but if you've got something like the Bradley where you have aerials and things, and you can't sell something to someone and say, yeah, well, these pieces now you'll have to glue on yourself. Just didn't seem right. So I just thought it wasn't really worth it. And I've looked at some people selling things on eBay, and they're looking for silly money for not greatly built kits and not greatly painted kits. And yeah, it's just something I have considered it, but I decided to not. Okay. What else have we got? Sounds not good. No, on all your stuff. I know, unfortunately, it is. You'll have to sort of turn up your volumes. Like I said, I am looking into upgrading some of my equipment, but it's just very expensive at the moment, and I just don't have the money for it. Simple as that. I know a lot of YouTubers are there with the big professional setups and things like that. But if you look at their views and their subscribers, they've got something like maybe 10, 15, 20,000 subscribers and more. Not the gamer YouTubes have millions of subscribers, and they're making quite a hefty amount of money from YouTube. Believe me, I'm not making a hefty amount of money from YouTube. I make about 70 to 80 euro every 3 months. Okay, that's basically what I get. So there isn't that much money in YouTube. Now, when you've got, I mean, my average videos, I'd be lucky to get 1,000 views. Okay, so, and it's literally then how long people leave the ads on, things like that. And that's how I get my few bob from it. I'm happy with the money from YouTube, really, really happy with it, because it basically pays for kits, pays for my paints. I mean, I put in an order there now for stuff there the other day. I got 20 paints from Model Hobbies, and I ordered a resin figure set from China through AliExpress, and we're waiting a month now for that to come. It's two Germans and a little, they're Fallschirmjägers and a little anti-tank gun. So I mean, that's what I spent my money on this month, and I got to wait now. So 3 months before I get a few bob again. But at least I have the paints to cover a few kits that I have here. So that's basically what I spend my money on. Ian says he's all going the loft. Wife's orders. I can understand, because what are you going to do with them? They take up space, and I mean, once you've got your enjoyment out of them, what are you going to do with them? Like, even the ones that I did dump, I felt guilty, I felt horrible dumping them, because it was all work and things like that. I'd like them to go somewhere that somebody'd enjoy them, but the enjoyment to me with kits is in the making of them, so I can't really see much of a market for made kits, unless it's something you specifically want. Like that one I did sell to Texas, a chap wanted it for his brother, who was Bradley Mann, basically, and he wanted it as a birthday present for him. That was it. What else have we got? Arthur, I see tubs of paint. Oh yeah, we said all that. Volume's a bit low. I knew. I do apologise. What's your view of the new Meng triplane? I haven't seen it, and unfortunately, John, I'm not an aircraft enthusiast. Okay, I did build one or two, but I feel that it's a different different techs and things like that. Some are quite sort of the same, but when it comes to, say, finishing off airplanes and things like that, I don't have the finesse. I don't have the finesse for finishing them off. The great thing about armour is if you make a slight mistake or stick your fingerprint in the middle of it and things like that, you can always weather over it. But with aircraft, you've got to be that little bit more careful. Tuning in from Bridge of Weir, Scotland. Aye, that's from Al. He's up in Scotland. We got. What's the biggest model you've ever worked on? It would be that 1/16th Tiger. I have it just here, just in case nobody's seen it. She's a heavy one. There she is. Maybe you notice after kind of after falling. There we go. That's my 1/16th Tiger. Okay. With my homemade Zimmerit. Okay. But as I said, that's a lovely kit. Those tracks are absolutely gorgeous. There's nice weight in them, so you're getting the proper sag. And I mean, if you put that on the ground and give it a push, it'll roll along. So when they say workable, they mean workable. Okay, and there it is rolling across my bed. I just hope there isn't too much, otherwise Mrs. Moon will be giving out to me. Anyway, where are we here? Commander Wilson again, only if you can show your M113 UN. I'm thinking about getting one. I have that just here. Okay, little Mike 113, as we used to call him on the lab. I say the lab. I served with the United Nations in Lebanon, and we didn't actually have these. We didn't have these. We used to use a Finnish APC called a Sisu. They were a big 6-wheel jobby, lovely machine. Oh, I love travelling in the back of the Sisu. And at one stage, then I even got up into the turret of it, and it was the big 50 cal on the turret of them. And but before, with the 50 cal, we used to have the Irish had their own separate turrets on them, and there was a twin 7.62 GPMG. Never got into the turret with one of those, even though I've got pictures of me in the turret with one of those, but never actually, shall we say, officially up in the turret with one of those. There's a little Mike 113. It's the Academy one. Stuck a guy in the back and all. There, look, with his blue helmet and his camouflage uniforms, the whole lot. As far as I know, I think this is the Academy one. It's a nice kit. It is a very, very nice kit. Lots of nice little details on it. That's the UN Mike 113. Where have we got? What else have we got? Do you have any advice on tinning Tamiya paints for airbrushing? I always struggle with it. The easiest thing to do, right? I'll show you. What I do is once I mix the paint, I take the sticker off. So there is a brand new bottle of Tamiya paint, right? So I don't have the 203 or the 203, the X20A thinner. Okay, so I just push the camera down to the bench. Okay, hopefully now you'll be able to see this. Get a bit of light. Right. Get the bottle, give it a little shake. Open it up, and if you ever look into it, it's never full to the top. But if you look in the top of the bottle, there's a kind of an extra little ring mark just there. Okay. Get your thinner. I use this stuff at the moment, and it works just as well. The Vallejo thinners and things like that will not work. This one will, but preferably get the Tamiya thinner. Okay, and all you do is fill it up to that line, like that. Top on. Remove the sticker just to show that it's that is all mixed. Make sure it's well nice and tight. And that is ready for airbrushing. Believe it or not, you can airbrush it that straight away, and I've never had a problem with it. Okay, so hope that works for you. And it's as simple as that, and that's why I love Tamiyas. That's why I love Tamiya paint for airbrushing. And if you want to later, you can sort of put that into your airbrush, into your cup, and 2 little drops, or a drop or 2 of more thinner, and you've got a thinner. But that's basically the ready to go paint. That's the Tamiya paint. That's That's why I like the Tamiya's. Don't like these ones for airbrushing. Okay, those bottles, because you got to mix each time you're there with cups and drips and drops and counting them out and this, that, and the other. Tamiya cane, pop it up, pour away, straight into it. Okay, so I hope that helps you out, Ian, because that's what I do. And like I said, I've never had a problem with it. Tom Lavelle, hi, where are you based? I'm based in Limerick City, in Ireland. Okay, the south of Ireland. Limerick City, it's in the province of Munster, which have a great rugby team. And we're in the south of Ireland, province of Munster, and Europe. Okay, so there you go, Tom. Arthur, I looked into ordering from China and the waiting and shipping time is up to 60 days or more. Oh, that's to the US, yeah. I usually get from usually takes about 3 weeks. On average, 3 weeks. Sometimes it takes 4, but on average, it takes 3 weeks for it to come from China for me. I have bought quite a nice bit of stuff from China. I've bought airbrush. My airbrush is from China. I don't use expensive airbrushes. That's the latest one I bought. Okay, it's a KK one. What a name! But lovely little airbrush. This is what I've been using the whole time. I'm using that brush now for about the last 3 years. I've been using that one particular airbrush, and I've never had a problem with it. It sprays perfect every time, and for cleaning it out, like I said, I think I've said it in the past, that's what I use for cleaning it. Okay, that's my airbrush cleaner. Okay, Surgical Spirit from Boots. That is 500 mils. Okay, and in Ireland that costs me €5. So I'm sure Boots in England, they're cheaper again than Ireland are. So that probably costs what, 2 or 3 quid in Boots for half a litre, whereas you go buying this size from certain companies and you pay 7 quid sterling for them. So that's what I use for that. So China works for me. I know it doesn't work for everybody. Some people don't like buying stuff from China. We have a little group there. I haven't been in the group now for a long time. Simon is in it, a couple of more lads. We called ourselves the Grumpy, or was it Grumpy something? I can't remember. But there was one chap that joined us, and we were talking about the figures, and that's where I got the idea of getting the figures from. The 1/16 figures, these fellas here. Okay, these are the 1/16 figures, and I buy them from China on AliExpress, and they're about 7 or 8 quid. I can get them sent to Ireland, free shipping for about €8. I have that one and I have this one. Okay, and like I said, I've ordered another set now. That 12 quid, €12, free delivery, free postage and packaging. And like I said, I wasn't in any rush for it, so I didn't mind waiting for the 3 weeks for it to come. And believe it or not, when it came, part of the machine gun was missing. So I got back onto them and said that the part of the machine gun was missing, and they basically refunded my money and told me I didn't have to send the thing back. And it was Simon that sent me on the top of that. He sent me on the MG34. It was supposed to have an MG42, but he sent me on the MG34. I built it away, so that ended up actually costing me nothing. And with the refunded money, I bought herself his girlfriend. And I kind of liked the way her makeup came out. I did a makeup job. I was thinking of actually becoming a makeup artist after that. So I was thinking of giving up my career as a modeler and going on to doing makeup. Anyway, what else have we got? Jake Hope, also from Newcastle. Hello, Jake. How are you? Thumbs up. Commander Wolfman. Now that's one nice model you got there. I presume you're talking about the Tiger. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful kit. Dark Hello Builders. Tom Lavelle reminds me of Bosnia. Yeah, I think that's basically what I was kind of going on. Irish weren't in Bosnia. The Irish were in Kosovo with KFOR. Didn't actually go on that mission myself, but yeah, the Irish were in Bosnia or in Kosovo, not Bosnia. Sean, I never thought about that. Yeah, Ian, that's what to do with with the with the tomato paints. Just top them up to the top of that. I got that. It was actually from Andy's hobby headquarters. That's where I got that one. I've learned actually an awful lot from him. An awful lot from him. I think he's absolutely fabulous. Gets some great hints and tips. And another chap I'm watching there recently is Night Shift. Uncle Night Shift, very good. So very, very nice stuff from him. Dave Gilmore, how is it? How's Dave? Told you before, get chatting with Roger again and make up old things. Pink Floyd jokes, sorry. Different Roger, different Dave, but that's what happens when you got the name Dave Gilmore. People are going to associate you with Pink Floyd, and they're all going to tell you to be nice to Roger. Simon, boom, bed, whatever that means. Simon's off to bed. Commander Hooks, the first comment was about the Tiger model. The second is on the Micro 1-3. In you win. Anyway, right. So it's 10 past 10 now. I'm a little bit longer than what I said I was going to do. I'm going to start off with a half an hour. I'm going to try it out for a couple of weeks until I get the camera angle right. Try and fix up the sound, and hopefully I then might extend it on to say maybe a bit longer, and we'll see how things go. So for this one, lads, thanks for joining me for the last half hour or so. I do appreciate it. Very nice to be able to sort of chat with people rather than sort of reading comments after the fact on videos and things. And hope some of my little hints and tips going nicely and handy for you. Especially the one where it comes to cleaning your airbrush. Use that stuff. It doesn't damage the rings and things like that. People will tell you, oh, that'll damage the little O-rings and all that inside your airbrush. The people that will tell you that, they're the ones that are selling the one for £7 a pop for half the amount. Surgical Spirit works brilliant. Okay, so anyway, lads, until the next time, next Friday again, same time. I'll see you then. Hope you all stay well. Hope you all enjoy your modelling, because that's what it's all about. Make a little community of hobby modelers, not professionals, not people that enter competitions and rivet counters and, oh, that's wrong, this is wrong. I don't care. I don't fucking care. If it's totally the wrong shape of turret, if I like the look of it, I'll build it. Jerry, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to enter competitions, but I'm going to stick it up there on my shelf for a while and eventually go in the bag. As long as I enjoy building it and painting it, that's all that matters. So lads, until the next time, look after yourself. Stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit the bell so you'll be notified the next time I put up a video. So until the next time, lads, stay safe. Ta-da, and we'll meet again. We'll meet again. I won't say. So, that's it, lads. Bye-bye.